We often talk about actors and their net worth. It's simply fascinating, the lifestyle and the glam that is just their day-to-day life. At times, it's baffling, yes, but today we're going to talk about one of our favorite little actresses who rose to fame thanks to a sitcom called The Big Bang Theory. She's beauty, she's brains, she's Kaley Cuoco. So let's dive in. First off, let's talk about Kaley Cuoco's rise to fame. Now, all the OG Kaley fans are already aware that the Flight Attendant is not our girl's first or lucrative claim to fame, even after all the buzz she has created through her appearance on the show. You guys know her from the Flight Attendant. We've known her since The Big Bang Theory in 2007. We are not the same, folks, but this wasn't her first sitcom either. She started from her ABC show 8 Simple Rules, but received more action for her role as the blonde Penny. When Kaley starred in the popular sitcom The Big Bang Theory on CBS, she earned a fortune in the process too. And we're not messing around here. We're talking about a level of wealth where she could never work another day in her life, but still be comfortable. But it's clear that our girl enjoys what she does, which is something that reflects in her work and the fact that she is still actively working and in the prime of her career. The $1 million here and there are a plus too, we suppose. So let's investigate the ins and outs of her bank account, shall we? Don't judge us for being nosy. You clicked on the video. Now, let's do a timeline of Kaley Cuoco's rising net worth. Let's start from the beginning, shall we? The rise of the iconic character Penny gave nerds all over the world hope that the hot girl next door could be my girl next door, if they were only there through the bad times. But even when we dissect her time on the sets of Big Bang Theory, her paychecks increased with time there too, inching closer and closer to the $1 million status she has now. Let's begin with season 1, 2, 3. According to Entertainment Weekly, Johnny Galecki, Jim Parsons, and Kaley Cuoco each made $60,000 per episode for the first 3 seasons of The Big Bang Theory. And if you do the math, seasons 1 through 3 had a total of 63 episodes. And according to our phone calculator, that means each of them, but more importantly, our girl brought in almost $4 million. Not too shabby, huh? Then rolled around season 4. That's when Kaley and her co-stars renegotiated their pay to $200,000 per episode, which means that they each earned a total close to $5 million for the 24 episodes. Rising up in the world, are we? Following up on the rest of the Big Bang Theory seasons. So, we talked about the negotiation that happened before season 4, yes? Well, during those negotiations, the cast agreed to $50,000 raises for the following 3 seasons as part of their 4-season contract discussion. To put it this way, they earned $250,000 per episode in season 5, which means each of them managed to amass a total of $6 million. And from that point on, it was only up, up, and away! We'll save you the math and the numbers because we're nice like that and simply stated, alright? By the end of season 7, they were all earning $350,000 per episode, totaling a whopping $8,400,000 for the whole season. Then came the next hike for seasons 8 through 10. The core cast once more renegotiated their contract heading into season 8 to $1 million per episode for the 3 seasons. How many episodes does that make? 72. And how many $1 million does that make? 72. Yep, that's right. No calculators needed for that one. But it didn't end there. According to Deadline, they earned more than $90 million each after negotiating signing bonuses and a higher percentage of back-end payments and production deals. And we've still got 2 seasons left. That's just bonkers! Coming up, the cast of the hit sitcom reduced their salaries for the last 2 seasons. Yep, you heard that right, and the reason for such a gesture is the most wholesome thing you'll ever witness. You have our guarantee on that. Kaley and the other core cast members actually reduced their salaries from $1 million to $900,000 per episode in order to help Mayim Bialik and Melissa Rauch get paid more. Talk about solidarity. And while we hope to see a world where no one has to make such a sacrifice in order to wedge the pay gap, it still warms our heart that there are people out there who'd still be willing to share the limelight. And our girl Kaley made a total of $43,200,000 throughout this time, despite the pay drop. So who's really winning here? Now, let's do a roundup, shall we? The Penny actor's established annual salary from The Big Bang Theory alone was $163,380,000. And that's just one project that managed to launch her career and put her on the map. Dollar bills, y'all! Next up, let's see how Cuoco spends her multi-million-dollar earnings. Kaley has a huge fortune, and apart from her roles in sitcom, she has received nearly $24.5 million in revenue from her endorsements in 2018. An iconic spokesperson for companies like Marshalls, Smirnoff, and Toyota. Her established profits from each advertisement were around $2 million, while she also makes money from sponsorships, deals, and royalties. We've already talked about how the flight attendant actress earns her money, so naturally now we need to discuss how she spends that money too. Let's begin from 2013. That's when Kaley Cuoco married the professional tennis player Ryan Sweeting. The smitten pair did what every newlywed dreams to do. They bought a mansion in Sherman Oaks and ended up spending a grand total of $2.9 million in the process. The house featured 5 bedrooms and bathrooms and was 5,233 square feet. The Tuscan-styled mansion, which played host to an eat-at bar, a gorgeous swimming pool, and a spa, was perfect for both inside and outdoor festivities. But then the two parted ways. After their terrible divorce in 2014, they reportedly sold the property for $2.56 million, but the split didn't end their love affair with real estate. Following up, she bought herself a house. It didn't take long for our girl to heal from her heartache, and soon she jumped on the Kardashian bandwagon, perhaps not in the way you guys might think. The stunning actress lavishly spent money on an exquisite home that was formerly held by Khloe Kardashian and Lamar Odom. This gem of a landmark held an infinity pool, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, accentuated ceilings, innovative home technology, a 6-part garage, private gardens, and a gated community. Every feature is fit to be a prized yet welcoming home of the phenomenal star Kaley Cuoco. It served as her home for 5 years before it was put back on the market this year and sold for $4.9 million again. Then came Kaley Cuoco's production firm era. Yep, Kaley founded her own television production firm. Yes, Norman Productions in 2017. And you'd be surprised by the absolute gem that the firm has produced. Since 2017, the company has created the adult animated series Harley Quinn, which by the way, HBO Max has renewed for a 3rd season. And our very own gal has provided one of the series' lead voices. Her very own show, The Flight Attendant, an HBO original comedy series, is tied to the company name too, and the show has received 9 Emmy nominations. The very same series has landed Kaley the Outstanding Lead Actress Award. The Flight Attendant, the gift that keeps on giving. And the company has no plans to hit the brakes just yet. Apparently, America's Sweetheart and a mini-series starring Doris Day are 2 upcoming projects that the production business has been investing in. We're so excited to see what amazing things they bring up next. Next, let's talk about her love for horses. It's no secret that the stunning actress has a soft spot for horses. Carl Cook, her ex-billionaire husband, is a competitive equestrian, and the couple just invested in Schmoozy, a miniature horse. They didn't stop there either. Instead, they added breeds of horses, bunnies, dogs, and other exotic creatures. And all of these furry little friends have been housed in a sturdy stable made just for them. At the same time, the perks of becoming a celebrity never end either. That includes work from upscale companies. Yep, Cuoco received $2 million in each of her contracts as a brand ambassador for companies like Priceline and Toyota. Big names and big bucks, you see? At the same time, Starbucks, Marshalls, and Smirnoff all signed contracts with her for a number of scheduled TV advertisements. Now we move on to cars. The 37-year-old blonde spent money on a slick Mercedez Benz SLS convertible in the year 2014. And that's not all. Soon the stunning actress enjoyed showing off her Lamborghini while practicing yoga. And the best part? This purchase didn't even poke a hole in her pocket. Yeah, the joys of being a multi-millionaire. Let's talk about the other stylish vehicles in her collection, shall we? According to Auto Biz, apart from the Mercedes and the Lamborghini, she owns a Toyota RAV4, Range Rover Vogue, and a Range Rover Sport. Our gal has come a long way from Leonard buying her a car for work, now hasn't she? Lastly, let's talk about her vacation, shall we? We've talked about Kaley's back-end payments from the Big Bang Theory franchise, right? Well, at the time, she secured an agreement where she would receive 1% of the Big Bang Theory's back-end equity while the show's final seasons were being filmed. That means that in the first year, her earnings skyrocketed to $10 million, a paycheck that will continue at least for the next decade. Can anyone land us a gig like that somewhere? Asking for a friend. Our girl makes use of these earnings by taking long safaris after dusk and going on beach vacations, simply living the good life. Apparently, she has South Africa and Iceland next on her travel wish list, and her top priorities include being able to spend lavishly on romantic vacations and experiencing the many cultures of the world, and that's precisely what she's going to do. That's a wrap. Let us know in the comments below what you think of Kaley Cuoco's lavish spending. What would you have done instead with $1 million in your bank account? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.